Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my starting 11 prediction for our game against Wolves at Molineux. Solskjaer's expected to rotate the squad heavily because obviously we've got the Europa League final on Wednesday against Villarreal. So in goal, I'm going to go with Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson is our number one goalkeeper. Dean Henderson's done well in a lot of the games he's been in goal for. He's kept a lot of clean sheets. His distribution's been good. He's made good saves and he's made good aerial claims. We made the right decision putting him as number one because I can assure he's got a long-term future at Manchester United. He's got that experience behind him because he endured 2 successful loans with Sheffield United and he's had other loan spells before. Before the start of this season, Dean Henderson signed a 6-year contract with the club. So reflecting on that, he committed his future to Manchester United. In our last league game, it was De Gea in goal. By the way, Solskjaer has confirmed that De Gea will be in goal for the Europa League final. At right back, I'm going to go with Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams played in the 2-1 defeat to Leicester not so long ago. He was at right back. He's nowhere near effective on the right as he is on the left. You know, Brandon Williams is predominantly a left back. He's our third choice left back. Williams seldom plays for Manchester United. He played a lot of games last season. That's only because Luke Shaw had a couple of periods out with injury. I think at the start of this season we give him that number 33 shirt. I think we could offload Brandon Williams in the summer transfer window. I think it'd be the right decision if we did offload him because obviously he'd get more opportunities and he would gain more experience. The 2 centre-halves, I'm going to go with Eric Bailly and Axel Tuanzebe. Eric Bailly didn't play against Fulham recently. Eric Bailly has had some poor games at Manchester United, but in a lot of his games when he's played, he's been very consistent. You know, he's made good interceptions, he's showed the ability to play out from the back, he's been effective in the air. Bailly did play in a Liverpool game not so long ago, and he was poor in that game. His positioning was poor, and he could have given away 2 penalties. We know that Eric Bailly is staying at Manchester United because not so long ago he signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. Axel Tuanzebe, he played against Fulham recently. I thought he was our best defender against Fulham. I thought he read the game well. He was confident on the ball and he looked well composed. The best game I recall Axel Tuanzebe having was PSG. He seldom plays for Manchester United and there's actually been rumours earlier on this season of him leaving the club. So I think they'll be the 2 centre-halves. At left back, I'm going to go with Alex Telles. Alex Telles has played nowhere near as much as I expected. But in some of the games he's been involved in, I think he's been consistent. Earlier on this season, there was rumours of Telles leaving the club. It actually said earlier on this season that Telles had decided to leave Man United after just one season, and Calcio Mercato said that Juventus were interested. And it says Juventus were willing to offer Adrien Rabiot in exchange for Alex Telles. We got Telles in a deal worth 15.4 million from Porto. So yeah, him at left back. In the midfield, I'm going to go with Donny van de Beek and Nemanja Matic. Van de Beek, I think he will stay at Manchester United, potentially past the summer. Because it said not so long ago that we will reject any offers for Van de Beek in the summer transfer window. So reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go. Solskjaer has got big plans for Van de Beek. It said earlier on this season that Jose Mourinho was ready to offer Van de Beek an escape from Man United. He wants him at Roma for next season. Most of Van de Beek's appearances have come from the bench. He's only started, 3 games in the league this season. Back in January, ESPN said that we rejected several loan offers for Van de Beek because we was reluctant to let him go. Ronald de Boer was talking earlier on this season and he said that he backed Donny van de Beek to be a success at Man United. And he said he still felt loved at the club despite his lack of game time. Now, earlier on this season, he said that Van de Beek wanted to hold showdown talks with Ed Woodward over his future. Because he said he wanted to quit Man United after just one season due to his lack of game time. But in some of the games he's played in Van de Beek, I don't think he's been consistent. You know, if you put him in an unfamiliar position, you won't get the best out of him. You've more chance of getting the best out of him if you put him in a familiar position. Van de Beek is versatile though, he can play in like 3 different roles. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Ajax last summer. Solskjaer did make an admission though earlier on this season saying that Van de Beek was unhappy at the club, but he promised him more game time at Man United. At one point he actually had injury. Matic, he isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but he still gets a lot of chances. I do have my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player. And plus he's ageing up. Yeah, he has enjoyed some good games at Man United, but analysing the vast majority of Matic's games, he's been inconsistent, and I think the club made a mistake by giving him that new 3-year contract before the start of this season. Matic has been at the club now, 4 years? We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. We could offload Matic in the summer transfer window. Ahead of Van de Beek and Matic, I'm going to go with Juan Mata in that number 10. Juan Mata did actually play in the 2-1 defeat to Leicester. Juan Mata doesn't really get in our 11. I think he's had a good career at Manchester United. You know, he's been at the club now, 7 years? He's made over 200 appearances for us in all competitions and he's scored 50 goals. At the first part of this season, he rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. We got Mata in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2014. Solskjaer did recently say that no decision has yet been made on Juan Mata's future. I think his current contract expires next month, but there is an option to trigger his contract for a further year. So yeah, I'm going to go with Juan Mata in the number 10. On the right hand side, I'm going to go with Elanga. Don't forget, Elanga made his debut for Man United against Leicester. So him on the right. On the left hand side, I'm going to go with Amad Diallo Traore. He made his full Premier League debut against Leicester. Amad Diallo Traore scored for us. He scored against AC Milan, didn't he? And it was a very, very good goal. I said that Amad Diallo Traore looks a good asset for the first team squad. We got him in a deal with, £37 million from Atlanta. We paid like £19 million up front. So yeah, him on the left. And up top, I'm going to go with Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood played against Fulham recently. I thought he enjoyed a pretty poor game against Fulham, wasn't really clinical enough. He actually had a good chance when he was one-on-one with Areola against Fulham, but he didn't convert it. But analysing the vast majority of Mason Greenwood's games since he broke into our senior squad, he's been very, very consistent. Greenwood made his senior debut in 2019, and he's been a United player since the age of 7, so he has been part of the club for a long time. Earlier on this season, he signed a new 4-year contract with Man United. He deserved a new contract reflecting on his good performances. There was a period though where Mason Greenwood didn't score for a while, but Ole has been defending him a lot this season. At the start of this season, we give him that number 11 shirt. So yeah, so that's how I think we could line up against Wolves. We have got injuries. Freddie McTominay recently sustained injuries against Fulham. I don't know how severe the injuries are. I presume Solskjaer will provide us with more of an update on Fred and McTominay. Daniel James, he's been injured, but he possibly could be involved in this game. Harry Maguire, we know he's not going to be involved because he's got ligament damage in his ankle, Maguire. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Aston Villa. Solskjaer did recently say it's not looking good for Maguire, so he's doubtful for the Europa League final. Defensively, we are shambolic without Maguire. Phil Jones has been out of injury. He doesn't get in our 11 anyway. And obviously Anthony Martial has been out with a knee injury. This game against Wolves is our final Premier League game of the season. It's a meaningless game really for us because we've already clinched second place and we are guaranteed Champions League football for next season. But I do want us to beat Wolves because we are winless in our last 3 league games. We recently drew 1-1 with Fulham. I was very disappointed with that because I expected us to beat Fulham because Fulham have nothing to play for because they're already relegated. Solskjaer gave his perception on the Fulham game. He said the performance was not what the fans wanted. I thought we performed well in the first half against Fulham, but I thought the second half was poor and Fulham were the better team in the second half. We had 10,000 fans at Old Trafford against Fulham. It was good to see the fans back. We've been missing them. The only positive to take from the game against Fulham was Edison Cavani's goal from 40 yards out. We did lose to Liverpool not so long ago, 4-2. I was very disappointed with that because Liverpool are our fiercest rivals. And I thought we started the first 20-25 minutes well against Liverpool, and then as soon as Liverpool equalised, they took charge. And then when we introduced Mason Greenwood, we started to play again. It was Liverpool's first win at Old Trafford in the Premier League since 2014. And it was Jurgen Klopp's first win at Old Trafford. And we lost to Leicester not so long ago, 2-1. But I wasn't too disappointed with the Leicester loss because, Solskjaer played a weakened squad. He did make 10 changes from the 3-1 win against Aston Villa. But we have been very, very poor at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. All our defeats have come at Old Trafford this season. We've been far better away from home. We are unbeaten in our last 25 Premier League away games. Wolves, they haven't done nowhere near as well this season as I expected them to do. Because in recent seasons, Wolves have actually been very, very consistent. They actually are sitting 12th now in the Premier League. They lost their last league game against Everton 1-0. Wolves' current manager is Nuno Santo. He's been Wolves' manager now for quite a few years. He's managed a few clubs, hasn't he? Before he was at Wolves, he was at Porto. He's managed Valencia before, and he's also managed Rio Ave. Wolves have got some good players though in their team. Obviously, Raul Jimenez, he's one of their key players. I think he's going to be involved in this game. He's actually been out with injury recently as Jimenez. And don't forget, Man United have been in for Raul Jimenez before. Wolves have also got Adama Traore. He's also a very, very good player. Man United have been linked with him before. Wolves have also got Willian Jose. They brought Willian Jose in back in January. Ruben Neves, he's also one of Wolves' key players. I like Ruben Neves. A lot of Man United have been in for him before. Wolves have also got Dendoncker. They've got Moutinho. He's a good midfielder as well. Conor Cody, they've also got him. Wolves have got Fabio Silva. They brought Fabio Silva in, was it last year? They've got Nelson Semedo. They got him from Barcelona. They've got However. They got him in from Liverpool. They've got Vitina. So yeah, Wolves have got some good players. And Wolves have got some injuries. Don't forget, last year they lost Diego Jota to Liverpool. that was a big loss for Wolves, and they also lost Matt Doherty to Tottenham. Now, we beat Wolves earlier on this season at Old Trafford 1-0. It was a late goal from Marcus Rashford. We drew with Wolves at Molineux in the Premier League last season 1-1. We also played them in the FA Cup last season. We had to play them twice because obviously it went to a replay. Wolves knocked us out of the FA Cup quarter-final a couple of years ago. They beat us 2-1. Wolves got to the FA Cup semi-finals for the first time in 21 years that season. The last time we actually beat Wolves at Molineux was back in 2012. It was 5-0. But the Europa League is Man United's priority. We do play Villarreal on Wednesday. Solskjaer is looking to win his first trophy as Manchester United manager. It's Solskjaer's first major final as Man United manager, and it's our 8th European final. We haven't won a trophy since 2017, and Solskjaer did say the other month that winning trophies can be an ego thing. But we win the Europa League, that will give us confidence, and that'll give us something to build on going on into next season. Won't it? Not long now until the summer transfer window opens. It's very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players that he wants to recommend in the summer transfer window. The summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of how big the summer transfer window is going to be for himself and Manchester United in general. Solskjaer's already said that he wants 3 world-class signings in order for Man United to challenge for the Premier League title next season. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. Solskjaer's made it clear that he wants good backing, and he should get the backing he deserves because we've got John Murtough, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director, and we've also got Matt Judge, and Matt Judge has been part of the club for a long time. You know, there is quite a lot of players that Manchester United are looking at. Now, obviously, you know the news regarding Harry Kane. Gary Neville has recently spoke to Harry Kane regarding his future. Harry Kane has effectively confirmed that he wants to leave Tottenham. He says Tottenham could be ready to sell. Harry Kane will decide his own future, not Daniel Levy. It says Harry Kane is set to be offered 80 million in wages. Man United, Man City and Chelsea have all contacted Harry Kane's representatives. He said the other day that Harry Kane handed in a transfer request at Tottenham. Tottenham are demanding £150 million. He's a good player, Kane, but I don't think he's worth 150 million. Ryan Mason recently dismissed suggestions that Harry Kane asked to leave. Football Insider recently said that Man United are willing to offer Anthony Martial and Jesse Lingard as part of a swap deal for Harry Kane, because I think Tottenham do want a Players Plus cash deal. But earlier on this season, Harry Kane came out and said that he wants to win team trophies. He said that after Tottenham's Carabao Cup final defeat to Man City. Tottenham have not won a trophy for around 13 years now. It said the other week that Harry Kane is ready to ask Tottenham to listen to transfer offers, and it said the Glazers were planning to sanction a £90 million bid. I did say I was very sceptical that £90 million would be enough to convince Tottenham to offload him. But I would take Kane at Manchester United. The main reasons is because he's well Premier League proven. He's a prolific goal scorer. And he's good at creating chances. And he is regarded as one of the best strikers in the world. Solskjaer has refused to rule out signing a new striker. But I think we've got a good chance of signing Kane, because don't forget, we have done business with Tottenham before. We got Michael Carrick off them a lot of years ago, and we also got Dimitar Berbatov off them a lot of years ago. But we have been in for Kane for a long time. Kane has won the Golden Boot a couple of times at Tottenham, reflecting on his good performances. He's been a long-serving player at Tottenham. He's been with them for like 17 years now. He's been in their senior squad since 2009. Kane is under contract with Tottenham until 2024. Before, he's had loan spells with Leyton Orient, Millwall, Norwich and Leicester. But yeah, we still want a striker, despite Edinson Cavani signing a one-year contract not so long ago. I give you the news on Danny Ings earlier on today. The Daily Telegraph have said that Man United have inquired about Danny Ings, and Man United are looking at Danny Ings as a target during the summer transfer window. Probably would cost in the £20 million range. Would be a much cheaper solution than Kane. We're seeing him as an alternative to Harry Kane. Danny Ings has got just over 1 year left on his current contract at Southampton. Obviously, Rafael Varane, he's another player that Manchester United want. Fabrizio Romano did recently say that Rafael Varane is the main man on Man United's list, and we're waiting to see what happens with his situation at Real Madrid. Real Madrid will sell Rafael Varane for 60 million. They've confirmed that. They recently rejected a £40 million bid. And the Manchester Evening News have already said that we was holding exploratory talks with Rafael Varane as he considers his future at Real Madrid. So there you go. On my next video, I'll be giving you some more news regarding Jadon Sancho from Dortmund. Quite a few players are going to leave Man United in the summer transfer window. So in that aspect, we'll generate money and it will help us with our rebuilding process. I said there's a chance De Gea will go in the summer transfer window. I think we should offload Phil Jones. Romero, I'm expecting him to go. I'm expecting Lee Grant to go. Williams, like I've said. Diego Dalot, I think we're looking to get rid of him permanently as well. He's out on loan with Milan at the moment. Matic, he could go. Pogba, we could sell him in the summer transfer window, but I hope we don't. Juan Mata could go, and a lot of United fans are saying that we need to offload Anthony Martial. So yeah. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.